Open use session. What's up?
Mr. Bhandari, good afternoon. Welcome. सर आपको अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा सर.
Sorry.
हाँ सर.
All the best, Professor Sairam.
Thank
Very
you.
well organized event.
No sir, your support and encouragement
Always,
is just keeping us going, sir. Thank you very much.
always. Honorable Justice Pankaj sir has joined.
Not yet, sir. I think we are just awaiting his joining.
Okay. Good gathering.
Yes.
I think as per schedule, I also need to speak for about 5-6 minutes
Yes,
at
sir.
around 2:30 or so.
Correct, sir.
Okay, fine.
Sir, we are inviting all the jury members to share some, motivation and thoughts with the teams.
ठीक है ओके ओके But your law college team is very meticulous. I received at least 2 calls, reminder calls.
Sir, I think
Uh,
because there are collaborating institutions, what we
no, I must
really
appreciate.
close
I appreciated the principle that the follow-up is excellent. Yeah. So, Honorable Justice Pankaj will join online or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. His office has already confirmed, and he's in the meeting. But Lordship should be here just a minute before 2 p.m.
Honorable Justice will be physically present or he will be addressing online?
Online.
Online. Fine. Okay.
Madam Shanti Mallar, welcome, ma'am. I hope there was no difficulty in joining.
Good afternoon. No, I could do that. I was a bit worried because that platform looked something AI generated or something of that sort. I said, I've not used it for a longer time.
No
So I was a bit worried. I
No
should.
problem. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your
On the
continued
contrary,
support.
no. Thank you. Thank you so much for remembering me now still. Thank you.
We can, it's like these occasions and moments are only to, recollect our fond memories with Professor Mallar and also continue, what his motivation for all of us was. He always talked about pro bono lawyering. This competition is just, encouraging that.
I don't think you can see me, right?
Ma'am, no, I think you have to just keep your video on, ma'am. It's now off.
I have switched it on. I am not. It is on.
1 second, ma'am. I think now it's coming. Just click on the video, ma'am, on the
Yeah,
screen.
it has a red line, but I start the video. I said Alt and V. Let me see.
Yes, we can join.
Video is on.
Okay, but we can't see you, ma'am. I think.
Yeah, that's exactly. I can see you. Shall I log on again?
Yes, ma'am. Maybe you can log in again.
I think so, yeah.
Professor Jagdish, can someone call up Professor Madam Shanti Mallar and help her with her video?
Yeah, please.
Can someone from the IT team call Madam Shanti Mallar?
Yes,
and
sir.
help her to switch her video on?
Yes, sir. We'll assist us.
ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಜಗದೀಶ್.
Hello?
Ma'am, we can hear you.
Hello?
Ma'am, we can hear you. Yes.
1 second. Hello?
No.
Good afternoon.
You are audible.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. There's some problem I'm facing. I don't know
No
that.
problem. No problem, ma'am. This is fine.
See,
We are able to hear you. Welcome, Professor Bharti. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you very much, sir.
हो गया चालू तुमसे ये स्टार्ट हुआ है क्या म्यूट कर दिया गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन
Warm welcome to you, sir. Honorable
Thank you.
Justice Pankaj Mittal. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We also have Professor N.K. Ramesh, one of our founding faculty members at the National Law School and a mentor to this legal aid competition as well, joining us.
Yes.
Namaskar, Justice Mittal ji.
Namaste, namaste. Yes, Professor Ramesh.
Sir,
So can we start? Can
yes,
we
sir, with
start
your
with
permission?
proceedings?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We'll hand it over to the host institution,
Yes.
JSS Law College Autonomous, Mysore. It's
Mysore.
over to the team over there.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, esteemed dignitaries, respected faculty members, distinguished guests, and dear participants. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of the 4th edition of the Prof.V.S.Mallar Memorial Legal Aid Competition 2025-26, jointly organized by JSS Law College Autonomous, Mysuru, Center for Environmental Law, Education, Research and Advocacy, National Law School of India, University, Bengaluru, and Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India. This national level event continues the legacy of Professor V.S.Mallar, a visionary academician who dedicated his life to advancing legal aid and social justice in India. To begin this auspicious occasion, let us invoke divine blessings for wisdom and guidance. I now invite Ms. Likita S. Gowda and Wangmai to lead us in the invocation.
Ganapate ni mahima Ganapate ni mahima Nintani Pogadanatara mama Ganapate ni mahima Nintani Pogadanatara mama गणपते चिरकालमी कहि नाम संकीर्तन चिरकालमी कहि नाम संकीर्तन चिरकालमी कहि नाम संकीर्तन मुचेयु तलची किली प्रेम तो निनु వేడుకొని ఉన్నా ప్రేమతో నిన్ను వేడుకొని ఉన్న నాపై కృపగంగ వయ్య సుందరేశ ప్రియ గణపతే నీ మహిమలెంతని పొగడనాతర గణపతే
Thank you, Ms. Likita and Tanmay for that serene start. To formally open today's ceremony, may I now invite Dr. N. Vanishri Ma'am, Principal JFS Law College, Mysuru.
A very good afternoon to the esteemed legal luminaries, distinguished guests, participants from various law schools and law colleges across the nation, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct honor and immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 4th edition of Prof.V.S.Mallar Legal Aid Competition 2025-26, jointly organized by the JSS Law College Autonomous Mysuru and Center for Environmental Law Education Research and Advocacy, CEERA, National Law School of India, University, Bengaluru, in collaboration with the Ministry of Panchayati Raj, Government of India. Your presence today virtually has added a great value and prestige to this significant event. We are particularly privileged to have the esteemed presence of the chief guest for the day, Honorable Mr. Justice Pankaj Mittal, sir, Judge, Supreme Court of India. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
A warm welcome to the guests of honor, Professor Dr. N.K. Ramesh, sir, Chair, Professor, Urban Poor and the Law, Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation, Government of India. Sir, a warm welcome to you.
Thank you very much.
We have Professor Dr. T.V. Subbarao, sir, Chairman, Vivekananda School of Law and Legal Studies. Welcome, sir. Our esteemed jury members, Professor Dr. Bharti ma'am, Professor Anand Mishra, sir, Professor M.K. Bhandari, sir, a very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Your expertise and dedication to this legal field make you the perfect evaluators for the talent and passion that will be showcased over the next few months. We deeply appreciate you all taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us. And again, a very warm welcome to in the esteemed presence of two great senior personalities, Professor K. Suresh, the Chief Executive of JSS Law College, and Ms. Shanti Mallar, Madam, who is with us today here. A warm welcome to both of you. And Professor Dr. Sairam Bhatt, Professor of Law, National Law School of India, University, who's been leading us for so many months and for further months to go. A warm welcome to you too. To all the faculty advisors, to the program coordinator, mentors, and the organizing committee, I extend a very heartfelt welcome and gratitude for their hard work and dedication in planning and coordinating this national event. Moving further, I would now like to give away a brief profile of our beloved Chief Justice Mittal, sir. Born on the 17th of 1961 at Meerut in a family of lawyers, Lordship, received his early education at St. Mary's Academy, Meerut, Graduated in BCom Honours in the year 1982 from the University of Allahabad, joined Meerut College and obtained his law degree from Chaudhry Charan Singh University, Meerut. His lordship got enrolled in the year 1985 in the Bar Council of Uttar Pradesh and started practicing under the able guidance of Sri Sudhir Chandra Verma, who later adorned the bench of Allahabad High Court as a judge and then became the Lokayukta of Uttar Pradesh. He mainly practiced in the civil side and dealt with large number of cases of land acquisition, rent control, education, motor accidents, labor and other miscellaneous matters, including service and constitutional matters. He served as the standing counsel for the Uttar Pradesh Awaz Ivam Vikas Parishad, Lucknow, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Agra. He's a third generation lawyer and a person of the second generation to be the High Court judge. His father, Justice Narendranath Mittal, was also a judge of the Allahabad High Court from the 14th December 1978 to the 7th of April 1972. His lordship was elevated as an additional judge of Allahabad High Court on 7th of July 2006. He was posted as senior judge of Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court in the year 2020, elevated as the Chief Justice, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh High Court on 4th January 2021, transferred as the Chief Justice, Rajasthan High Court on the 14th of October 2022, and he's a governor's nominee to the Executive Council of Chaudhry Charan Singh University, Meerut. He's also a trustee of Etava Hindi Seva Nidhi and the founder trustee of Justice Narendranath Mittal Memorial Foundation, a trust established by his mother in memory of his late father. His lordship elevated to the Supreme Court on the 6th of February 2023 and is due to retire on the 16th of June 2026. A very warm welcome to you, Your Lordship.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I now request Your Lordship to give away the address.
Vande Vani Vinayako. All esteemed dignitaries joining the inaugural function, Professor N. Vanishri, distinguished faculty members, organizers from CEERA, and the officers of the Department of Justice, participants, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to all of you. It gives me an immense pleasure to be amidst this vibrant gathering of young law students and teachers at JSS College, Mysore, an institution that has for decades consistently upheld the highest ideals of legal education and public service. I am deeply honored to be invited as a chief guest for the 4th Prof.V.S.Mallar Memorial Legal Aid Competition jointly organized with CEERA, National Law School of India University, and the Department of Justice, Government of India. Before anything else, I wish to pay my respectful homage to Professor Mallar, a visionary legal educator whose contribution in legal aid and justice have left an indelible mark on our jurisprudence. Professor Mallar was not just a scholar. He was a beacon of empathy, advocating for the marginalized and emphasizing the role of law as a tool for social transformation. His contribution in public law, legal aid, and constitutional thought remains an inspiration to generations. His teachings embodied the spirit of ancient ideal Dharmo Rakshati Rakshati, that is, Dharma protects those who protect it. He believed that law is not just a profession, but a sacred duty to protect the moral order of society. This competition, held in his memory, is a living tribute to his enduring spirit. It embodies his conviction that legal education must extend beyond classrooms into the heart of communities, fostering awareness, advocacy, and action. At the heart of this event lies the noble idea of legal aid, the belief that justice must be accessible to every individual, regardless of wealth, background, or influence. Legal aid is not an act of generosity, it is very soul of justice. Legal aid ideals that access to law should never be the privilege of rich, but the right of every individual. It is the means by which the Constitution breathes life into its promise of equality before law. Justice P.N. Bhagwati once remarked, legal aid is not a charity or bounty, but an obligation of the state and the right of the citizen. Unquote. This principle is enshrined in Article 39A of the Constitution, which directs that the state to ensure that justice is not denied to any citizen due to economic or any other disability. Our ancient texts echo this duty. In the Mahabharata, it is said, Sarvbhutite Ratsa Dharma, that is, one who is devoted to the welfare of all beings is righteousness. That indeed is the spirit behind legal aid, that is, law in the service of humanity. When we provide legal aid, we preserve the dignity of every citizen, ensuring that no one stands unheard or unrepresented before the law. The theme chosen this year, freedom from violence, legal provisions for safety and security of women, is deeply significant and addresses one of the most pressing moral legal challenges of our time. In a nation advancing rapidly in technology and education, the shadow of gender-based violence continues to cast a long, dark pall over the collective consciousness. Despite the constitutional guarantees of equality and a rich body of protective legislation, the lived reality of many women still reflects vulnerability and fear. Ensuring the safety and the dignity of women is not merely a legal imperative, but a moral and a social one. Violence against women is not merely a criminal act. It is a violation of human dignity and constitutional morality. It destroys confidence, curtails freedom, and erodes the foundation of equality. It shakes the conscience of the society and strikes at the heart of our constitutional ethos that reveres womanhood as sacred. Even our scriptures like Manu Smriti declare Yatra Narast Pujante Ramante Tatra Devta, which means where women are honored, there the gods rejoice. And where women are dishonored, all actions, no matter how noble, remain unfruitful. If the honor of women is the measure of divine joy, then violence against women is not just unlawful, it is a dharma. And adharma must always prevail over adharma. India's legal framework for women's protection has evolved into a robust arsenal, reflecting the state's unyielding commitment to gender justice. From the Dowry Prohibition Act of 1961 to the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 and the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013, each statutes mark a deliberate stride towards the responsive justice system. The Criminal Law Amendment Acts of 2013 and 18, catalyzed by the tragic Nirbhaya incident, introduced stringent penalties, including the death sentence for heinous crimes like rape, alongside fast-track special courts to expedite trials. More recently, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, replacing the Indian Penal Code, has fortified these protections with dedicated chapters on crimes against women and children, emphasizing community service for minor offenses while imposing harsher deterrents for sexual violence, including provisions for online harassment under the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. Yet, as our judiciary has consistently affirmed, laws are only as potent as the social consciousness that animates them. Landmark judgments illuminate the path. In Vishaka, the Supreme Court laid down path-breaking guidelines on sexual harassment at workplace, reading Article 14, 15, and 21 as guarantees of gender justice, later enshrined in the POSH Act. In Lakshmi versus Union of India, the Apex Court laid down guidelines for acid attack victims, reminding us that compassion and justice must walk together. And in Nipun Saxena, in 2018, the court underscored the inviolability right of privacy and dignity of survivors, ensuring that judicial processes heal rather than re-terminalize. These pronouncements carry a unifying message. The law must not only punish the perpetrator, it must protect the victim, foster healing, and empower the resilient spirit within. When we invoke women's safety, our discourse often confines itself to physical assaults, yet manifests in insidious, multifaceted forms, that is, emotional, economical, digital, and institutional. Cyber harassment, stalking, and defaming on digital platforms have become modern tools of intimidation and abuse. The Information and Technology Act and recent judicial pronouncement in the case like Shreya Singhal have tried to address the evolving challenge, yet awareness and early intervention remain key. We must also confront the invisible forms of violence like denial of education, unequal pay, lack of representation, and social exclusion. As has been observed by the Supreme Court in many judgments, gender equality is meaningless without equal opportunity and respect. The National Family Health Survey tells us that nearly 1 in 3 women in India has faced some form of domestic violence, but only a few seek help. The gap between suffering and seeking is where the true test of our legal and social consciences lies. Addressing the injustice faced by women in our country requires not just legislative evolution, but a cultural renaissance, one where empathy supplements entitlement. We must therefore expand our understanding of justice from retribution to restoration, from punishment to protection. We have a slogan, Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao. It should be modified, Beti Bachao, Beta Samjhao. अगर बेटे को समझा लेंगे तो crime against women will be zero. Dear students, as future lawyers, judges, and policymakers, you are more than participants in this event. You are the torchbearers of its message. You stand in the confluence of tradition and transformation. You are the bridge between the Constitution and the community. The practice of law is not merely about knowing rules. It is about knowing people. The best lawyers are not those who argue the loudest, but those who listen the deepest. Every argument you make can empower someone, and every silence you break can restore someone's faith in the system. Therefore, even as you master constitutional provisions and procedural codes, remember to nurture your human side, patience, and integrity. These are the true foundations of justice. Remember, the future of legal aid lies not only in the courtrooms, but in the conversations, in every dialogue that makes someone aware, confident, and fearless. Legal aid today stands at a transformative crossroad. Technology, innovation, and artificial intelligence are reshaping the ways we connect with people and deliver justice. Imagine a future where a woman from remote village can access legal advice through her mobile phone, where virtual legal clinics connect young lawyers to communities nationwide, and where language barriers are broken by real-time translation tools. This is not a distant dream. It is already happening. The tele-law program of the Department of Justice has facilitated lakhs of online consultation across India. Legal services authorities are expanding outreach through e-adalats and online mediation. These are steps towards a justice system that is not only efficient but inclusive. But we must remember that technology is only a tool. The heart of the legal aid is still the human touch, the compassion, patience, and commitment of lawyers who see law not as a transaction but a service to the society. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, the true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. Let our legal aid institutions be that measure, firm in principle, soft in approach, and unwavering in humanity. The judiciary, too, has a vital role in ensuring that access to justice is real, not rhetorical. Over the years, our courts have expanded the scope of Article 21 to encompass not merely the right of life, but the right to live with dignity and safety. The establishment of legal aid services authorities under the Legal Services Authorities Act 1987 was a milestone in institutionalizing access to justice. From national commission to district level and legal aid centers, the judiciary continues to nurture this network of compassion. We have also seen the rise of lok adalats, family courts, one-stop centers, and the mediation cells, where disputes are not just resolved but reconciled with dignity. This is where the true philosophy of Nyaya manifests, not in adversarial victory but in social harmony. Today, the judiciary is not only the guardian of rights but also a facilitator of inclusion. Our courts are increasingly adopting a compassionate approach, especially in cases involving women, children, and marginalized groups. The idea is to make the court not a fortress of law, but a house of justice. In the coming years, technology and artificial intelligence will revolutionize access to legal aid. As our judicial system moves towards digitization with e-filing, virtual hearings, and AI assistant translation tools, our challenge will be to ensure that technology remains inclusive and does not deepen the divide. The promise of justice must reach every corner of India, from courtroom to the countryside. Over my years on the bench, I have often seen that those who approach the courts in their most vulnerable moments do not come merely with petitions, they come with faith. Faith that the law will protect them, faith that the system will hear them, faith that justice still lives. The faith is sacred. Every act of fairness, every gesture of empathy, and every moment of listening reinforces the faith. It is our collective responsibility as judges, lawyers, students, and citizens to ensure that this faith is never broken. Friends, as we look forward towards the future, let us remember the goal of legal aid is not to create dependence, but to foster empowerment. A truly just society is one where citizens do not live in fear of injustice because they understand their rights and have confidence to assert them. The next phase of India's legal aid movement must therefore combine innovation, inclusion, and inspiration. We must take legal education into villages, schools, and workplaces where awareness can prevent exploitation before it begins. In that sense, each of you participating in this competition is part of a national mission to make the Constitution a living document, not just as a framed text. Swami Vivekananda once said that, I quote, "They alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive," unquote. That in essence is the spirit of legal aid. Living for others, speaking for others, and standing up for those who cannot stand for themselves. Let us remember that every act of compassion, every moment spent helping someone understand their rights, every effort to make a law more accessible is a step towards fulfilling our duty to the Constitution and the humanity. The law gains its nobility not only when it serves the powerless, only when it serves the powerless. I extend my best wishes to all the participants and hope that you continue to use the power of law to heal, to uplift, and to transform. May this competition inspire you to live that ideal, to use your intellect not only to argue, but to heal, to see law not as power, but as purpose. In the words of Swami Vivekananda, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Let that goal be the creation of a society where freedom from violence is not a privilege but a right realized for every woman. I once again congratulate JSS College, CEERA, and the Department of Justice for nurturing such an initiative that transforms learning into service and knowledge into kindness. Thank you once again for inviting me, and I wish this competition and all its participants a very success in their journey of learning and service. Jayati Jayati Mam Bharatam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mr. Justice Pankaj Mittal, sir, for your insightful words and encouragement to all the participants. We are equally privileged to have with us eminent legal luminaries as our guests of honor. First, I invite Professor Dr. M.K. Ramesh, sir, Chairperson, Professor of Urban Poor and Law, Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation, Government of India, to share his thoughts.
Honorable Justice Pankaj Mittal ji has come up with great pearls of wisdom to light up the careers of the professional and before that the scholastic career of our students. And I'm quite sure that the students will take note and a rousing start for a noble mission planned and being organized now. I'm delighted to be part of this inaugurals of the 4th edition of Prof.V.S.Mallar Memorial Legal Aid Competition, the brainchild of Professor Sairam and the entire team of CEERA, co-sponsored by Department of Justice, Government of India, which has stood very firm and steadfast in helping the endeavor of CEERA, along with this year JSS Law College. My compliments and gratitude for having kept the spirit of Professor Mallar alive. Professor Mallar, as most of us know here, epitomized legal aid. Actually, he went a step ahead. He was so proactive that to start with, he was a firefighter, doused fraying tempers, ensured cool, calm, collected confabulation amongst all. And he was the one, along with our founder director, Professor Madhav Menon, and of course, his successor, Professor Anil Mitra, founded, set up, and nurtured the legal aid clinic in the law school to get housed in the civil court complex of Bangalore City, the urban center, and also a rural mediation center in Ramanagaram. I mean, it was very imaginative. This was done more than 35 years back. And something which was a trend which was set for all other law schools to follow all over India. In his career of about 50 years, and I feel very grateful and happy that I have been part of his career for the last 30 odd years. And I know, and I feel very confident in saying this, that his personality was such that he remained a go-to person for all the problems of the faculty and the students alike. And while remaining in the background, he could help shape this feature, one of the major limbs of the National Law School, a signature tune of the law school, learning law in the society context. The inspiration for his personality obviously comes from his better half, Srimati Mallar ji, and she is right here with us. Welcome to you, ma'am. I joined the organizers and the co-sponsors in welcoming the students of different law schools to have an immersive experience of learning while competing with each other for the coveted prize. Legal aid is at the root of the constitutional spirit, as so beautifully conveyed by Justice Mittalji. I wish this is taken note of by the Law and Justice Department, that it is not merely legal aid to the poor and indigent that the Constitution contemplates, but it is empowering the disempowered. Those who have the right, but who are denied, deprived, and disentitled for whatever reason, definitely not legal. And they are being enabled, empowered, and entitled through this process, which is indeed the constitutional command and not just a service. For all who pursue this profession, this noble profession of law. And so it is it's part of the professional ethics for every practicing lawyer and adjudicator. I wish the Legal Services Authority would come up with a better expression than legal aid to the poor and indigent, with something which would empower the disempowered, which is actually at the spirit of the Constitution. My compliments to the team again for having kept the spirit high and kept the flag flying of this ethical part of the entire profession of professional learning for students of law. And once again, Sairam and the team, and now Professor Suresh and Vanishri and the entire team, Jagdish and others, deserve our compliments for having really helped us in this edition as well. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking insights.
Dr. Vani, may I take leave? I have to attend a conference.
Yes,
The Prime Minister is to inaugurate in the Supreme Court.
sir, we are indeed grateful for your presence and your address today.
Thank you.
I'm sure it has motivated and inspired all of us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking insights. I now request Professor Dr. T.V. Subbarao, Chairperson, Vivekananda School of Law and Legal Studies.
No, Professor Subbarao has not yet joined, so we'll invite him once he joins. Our jury members are here, Professor Bharti, Professor Bandari, and Professor Anand Prakash Mishra. So with the permission of the organizers over there, should we invite them? It's over to the Master of Ceremony, please.
A competition of this magnitude is enriched by the wisdom and expertise of our distinguished jury. I invite Ms. Garner to introduce the jury members.
Thank you, Niharika. I'm delighted to introduce Professor Dr. Bharti ma'am, Professor and Dean at the Faculty of Law, Manipal University, Jaipur. Professor Bharti began her illustrious teaching journey at the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, and was a founding faculty member at the National Law University, Delhi. She holds a master's degree in economics from the prestigious Delhi School of Economics, bringing a unique interdisciplinary depth to her legal scholarship. Her distinguished career includes leadership roles such as Associate Dean and Director of the Center for Environmental Law, Policy and Research at NLU, Delhi. She has conducted numerous training programs for judicial officers, parliamentary staff, and international delegates, and has represented India at global academic forums in Bhutan, Turkey, Singapore, and South Africa. With impactful research, public policy work with the Law Commission of India and Ministry of Women and Child Development, and her commitment to environmental and constitutional law, Professor Bharti stands as an inspiring leader in Indian legal academia. I now request Professor Dr. Bharti ma'am to address the gathering.
Thank you so much. Heartiest congratulations to CEERA, NLSIU Bangalore, the JSS Law College, Mysuru, the Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India, for organizing the 4th edition of Prof.V.S.Mallar Memorial Legal Aid Competition 2025-26. My warm greetings to distinguished guests, Professor Ramesh, Professor Sairam, the principal of JSS Law College, my co-jury members, dear colleagues, and very dear students. It is my pleasure to be present on this extremely significant occasion of the formal initiation of legal aid competition spread across a staggered timeline of 4 months and 6 segments, which in itself is an innovative and a purposeful construct depicting the impactful interplay of social consciousness and proactive dynamism. A unique characteristic of legal education and the legal profession is the idea of justice. Law and justice are terms that have immense meaning and depth to them, especially in the background of the tremendous visionary document guaranteeing fundamental rights as the Constitution of India. The reality being far from the ideal situation, the gap between law and justice is wide and has to be bridged effectively. The role of legal aid is apt for overcoming the gap, especially in the context of denial of rights to the vulnerable sections of society, amid concerning issues as diverse, as traditional as gender-based discrimination, environmental plundering, and as modern as privacy breaches due to digital misuse. Legal aid in education has a tremendous transformative potential in terms of constructive outcomes of the work undertaken and for the individual himself or herself. The journey of a law student begins in a law school, which would become even more inspiring with inculcation of such a spirited, service-oriented exercise as legal aid. Legal aid includes several facets, but the primary 3 include legal awareness, access to justice, and dispute resolution. It has had a long history and is still evolving, but a concerted effort by all, students, faculty members, lawyers, and community at large, would enable and empower disadvantaged individuals and communities to cut the binds of social, economic, and political exclusion, biases, and barriers to justice. It is hoped that through showcasing their creative works in the different segments, the students would emphasize and empathize with contemporary issues of concern in society and carry forward their enlightenment, compassion, and zeal for working pro bono at actual ground level in their professional trajectory long after the end of this protracted exercise. I wish all the student teams a hearty applause for their enthusiastic presence and participation in the event, and gratitude to the coordinating institutions and individuals who have so thoughtfully outlined extremely vibrant and competitive segments. Thank you so much for having me here. All the best wishes to everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. It is my great privilege to introduce Professor Anand Prakash Mishra, sir, Professor of Practice and Vice Dean at Jindal Global Law School, OP Jindal Global University. Professor Mishra is a distinguished legal academician with over 2 decades of experience in legal and higher education. A top-ranking graduate in economics from Patna University, he went on to earn his LLB and LLM from the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, and also qualified the UGC NET in law. At Jindal Global University, Sir serves as the Director of Law Admissions and has been instrumental in building the university's reputation as one of the Asia's premier destinations for legal education. His teaching expertise spans torts, labor law, and legal methods, and his research focuses on legal education and higher education policy in India. A passionate educator and academic leader, Professor Mishra continues to inspire students and scholars across the country through his dedication to excellence in legal education. I now request Professor Anand Prakash Mishra, sir, to address the gathering.
Thank you so much for that generous introduction. And I'm really fortunate and blessed in some way to be part of this gathering, this important occasion when we are celebrating not just legal aid, but also one of the distinguished and legendary professor, V.S.Mallar. I did not have an opportunity to meet or interact with him, but I had an opportunity to meet a lot of his students, those who graduated from the National Law School, Bangalore. And many of them had a lot of inspiration, a lot of stories, a lot of thoughts about him, even after many years of graduating, passing out from the law school. So the kind of professor and the kind of human being he was, it's very apt that we are having this fourth V.S.Mallar Memorial Legal Aid Competition. I must congratulate the JSS Law College, another legendary institution in the field of legal education in Mysuru, and the National Law School of India University, Bangalore, for collaborating, as well as Department of Justice, Government of India, to support it. In today's time, when almost every law school is organizing a moot court competition and mooting, and mostly I see moot courts have emerged as the most important extracurricular activity for the students. Doing something for legal aid is actually a remarkable thing, and I congratulate everyone associated with this initiative. I am actually very proud to be part of it. I remember 25 years ago, I had started my own journey at Delhi University Campus Law Center. And in the year 2000, I have fond memories. Of course, mooting was there. There was a moot court society, students who were passionate mooters as well. But more important in Delhi University and more popular were all the legal aid initiatives. And I fondly remember our professor that time, Professor B.B. Pandey, who used to run personally few projects, including a project with the Tihar prison inmates in Delhi, in Delhi, where our students from Delhi University used to visit Tihar and meet, the prisoners and find out those who were under trials and how, we could provide legal aid to them. As well as unique legal aid initiative University of Delhi used to do those days was to help the beggars, those who were destitutes and beggars having no home, nothing, and who were on the streets of Delhi. Basically, if you travel to Delhi, you will find the area near University of Delhi, and particularly the road which goes to the ISBT or the bus adda, a large number of beggars and destitute people were out there. And a team of young students of law, Professor Pandey used to take with him and check with every beggar that where he come from, how we could assist them, and how we could register them in the first place as beggars and destitute, and to save them from even the legal penalty, as well as the consequences of begging in public if they were, and actually it helped in big way in even sensitizing the police and municipal corporation in those times. I'm talking about 25 years ago. So legal aid used to be more popular, extracurricular, and I will say initiative in the law school in those days. I'm very happy that today uh, uh, we are in a meeting with, say, over 250, almost 256 participants. First time I am seeing such a large number of students and academic joining together for a cause. After COVID, I have never seen a meeting being attended by such a large number of students of law and faculty members. So that shows how committed we all are for the legal aid movement, and rightly so. The social engineering aspect of legal education can only be achieved through legal aid. So the other aspects are, of course, the various ways law school and its curriculum tries to achieve and secure. And students used to go in every field, but it's the legal aid activities, it's the legal aid sensitization and involvement of young students in various kinds of legal activities, including this event, this competition, which will prepare the most socially conscious and, in true sense, the social engineers of tomorrow. So I congratulate everyone here, and I'm really thankful to the organizers for giving me an opportunity to be a part of it. I'm really happy to see that Honorable Mr. Justice Pankaj Mittal accepted to become the chief guest and inaugurated this conference. I know it's not an easy thing for the students to find time out of their academic schedule and to prepare for this competition, but every student from various law colleges, I had a look at the list of institutions from where students are participating. It's a long list, and that's another thing to be proud of, that a large number of law students from across the country, diverse set of law schools and law colleges are participating in this competition. And I have that distinct honor to be a jury. So let the best team, let the best people win. And with these words, I wish all the very best for the competition for all the students who are participating. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It is an honor to introduce Professor Dr. M.K. Bandhari, sir, one of India's most senior and respected professors of law, with over 45 years of experience in teaching, research, and academic leadership across 4 major universities. Professor Bandhari is the author of 8 books on diverse legal subjects, including comparative constitutions, intellectual property rights, human rights, evidence law and technology. With 85 published research papers and more than 115,000 lectures and talks and media interactions, he has profoundly influenced generations of students and legal scholars. He has also produced over 80 educational films and TV programs on human rights and legal awareness, and has organized nearly 90 national and international conferences and moot courts. Currently, he leads a global team of experts exploring the regulation of emerging technologies. In his own words, Professor Bandhari describes himself as a humble, lifelong learner and passionate scholar, a phrase that truly captures his spirit of continuous learning and dedication. May I now request Professor M.K. Bandhari, sir, to address the gathering.
So please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon. Namaskar. Honorable Justice Pankaj Mittal in absentia. Respected Madam Shanti Mallar, the better half of the great human being, Professor V.S.Mallar. My dear friend, Professor M.K. Ramesh, Professor Sairam Bhatt, my fellow jury members, Dr. Bharti and Dr. Anand Prakash Mishra, the entire team of the Law College, who has done excellent work in bringing all of us together on this platform today, and dear students. It's a great honor and privilege to be a part of this moot court competition as jury member along with my fellow jury members. Friends, to pay tribute to a professor or a teacher is and to perpetuate his memory, the best thing is to keep him alive in various academic endeavors. That is the best tribute, and that is what we are also doing. I am also doing for my teacher, Professor S.R. Bansali, in whose memory we have already given one National Excellence Award in Law, carrying 1 lakh rupees, and nomination for second award is going on. Having said that, I would say that the legal aid is not a charity. It is a fundamental right from directory principles through judicial recognition, through judicial verdicts about which Honorable Justice has mentioned a few. It is now a fundamental right. Right to free legal aid, right to speedy justice is now elevated as integral part of Article 21, that is right to life and personal liberty. And I would go to the extent saying that it is our fundamental duty as well that we must perform and participate in all academic and non-academic initiatives to offer legal aid to those who are needy. This is our obligation as well. And not only the Supreme Court or High Court or the District Court, every citizen has an obligation as a citizen of this country to participate in extending the legal aid. And when we are in the legal academics, our responsibility increases manifold. I would like to share within a available time 2 activities in which I was directly involved. When Professor Bansali joined our law faculty at Jodhpur as professor and dean way back in 1984, we prepared some placards, hoardings depicting the Supreme Court judgments in a very simple manner, which carry the message of legal aid, human rights, environment, dowry deaths, and what are the rights of the victims, so on and so forth. When the Congress was celebrating 100 years, and the then late Honorable Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi visited Jaipur to inaugurate some Congress camp, those hoardings were especially invited. We went, 2 of teachers went there, and we displayed our hoardings in that pavilion. And I am happy to say that the late Prime Minister Honorable Rajiv Gandhi gave 30 minutes out of his schedule to see and to understand and to make inquiry about what are these hoardings, how have they been prepared, who have prepared, and it was our honor to interact with him and to explain him. So that was one part. And second is, I made a film, as I have made around 90 films for EMMRC. One of them was in Hindi, Manav Adhikar, Kshitiz ke us par. To know whether the people of India, the people of my city, they know about the human rights. क्या मानव अधिकार जैसी कोई चीजें उनके बारे में वो जानते भी है या नहीं? So I interviewed on one side Dr. L.M. Singhvi, who came to Jodhpur in connection with some program, and in half an hour, for about 5 to 10 minutes, I interviewed him, and he explained what are the human rights issues, challenges at UN level, at India level. And then I interviewed a cobbler on the street, जिसे हम कहते हैं मोची साधारण भाषा में. And I asked him in local language, in his language, कि भाई तुम ऐसे अधिकार होते हैं, तुम्हारे जो ये पेवमेंट पे तुम बैठते हो, इस पे तुम नहीं बैठ सकते, अगर तुमको नगर पालिका हटाती है तो उसके बारे में भी तुम्हारे पास कोई प्रोटेक्शन है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोई डायरेक्शन दी है, क्या इन सब बातों के बारे में तुम्हें जानकारी है? तो एज ए नेचुरल प्रोसेस ही सेड कि नहीं, मैं तो को नहीं जानू. आई एम स्पीकिंग इन मारवाड़ी. नहीं, मैं तो को नहीं जानू, बट आई डू नॉट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट दीज थिंग्स. हम तो यहाँ आते हैं, रोटी कमाते हैं, शाम तक कुछ गल्ला हो जाता है. Then I realized, and I made in my commentary, that the human rights in textbooks, human rights in court judgments, and human rights in people have a wider gap, and that gap has to be bridged by these legal aid clinics and legal aid programs. So these are the things where we work on the ground with the people, and that is what we are doing. And lastly, I would like to say, I would like to appreciate the initiative of Professor Sairam Bhatt and NLSUI in perpetuating memory of Professor V.S.Mallar in organizing this 4th series, if I'm correct. And they have included me as a member jury, and I'm really thankful to him and his team. Now, since through Global Academy of Law, Tech, Education and Research, of which Sairam Bhatt is also a member, and I invite anybody who wants to join member is welcome. I have given my mail ID and phone number, WhatsApp number in the message. I feel that this is a high time. We must now blend the technology with legal aid movement. The artificial intelligence, the blockchain, the metaverse, these are the advanced technologies through which we can spread our legal aid movement across the country in the remote villages, because now every city, every place has a internet, and government is also making the digital India movement is a revolution now. So we must use these technologies, and we at Galter are engaged in research and studies and training how we can use these technologies. I have narrated just 2-3, but there are many more in any sphere of life, whether it is a business, whether it is a banking, whether it is a studies, research, and even legal aid. So some time other, I will discuss with Professor Sairam Bhatt. And once again, I congratulate the entire team, and I pay my respect and tribute to late Professor Mallar. I had the pleasure of meeting him in NLU Bangalore, and it was a great experience. And I would say there are 100 or maybe 1,000 of professors, but there are very few excellent human beings. We may be professor, we may be on any position. Irrespective of that, if we are a good human being, then people will remember us. The post will come and post will go. And once we are retired, we are like fused bulb. So people will remember if we are relevant and helpful to the society. So with these words, I appreciate the efforts of all those who are involved in it, and we wish that the best team must win, and it is our responsibility along with the fellow jury members to identify and give you the best team. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you to our esteemed jury members for your encouraging words and valuable insights. Over to Niharika.
Thank you, Ms. Gano. We are graced by the esteemed presence of Mrs. Shanti Mallar, whose support and blessings continue to inspire this event. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, ma'am. I now request Mrs. Shanti Mallar to share your insights.
Ma'am, you'll have to unmute, ma'am. Ma'am, on the extreme left bottom, there is a audio. Just click on that, ma'am.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. A very good afternoon to Mithalji in absentia, the jury members present, Professor Subbarao in absentia, Professor Nagraj, Dr. Sairam Bhatt and his esteemed team always, Professor Suresh and Vanishri Madam, who literally called me over the phone to invite me. That was very nice of her. Thank you all for inviting me. Even after 4 years of my husband's demise, it's my fortune that they remember him and they remember me. Dr. Sairam Bhatt requested me to speak a few words on Professor Mallar. I don't want to be emotional at all. So I would just give out one or two of his characters, which I really, would like to, emulate. In my opinion, he was a born teacher. The passion for teaching was known to everyone, I'm sure, the students or whoever whom he met, wherever he did his lectures, but he was known for his lectures. And despite his getting one or two of good opportunities, he always said that I would like to be teacher forever, and he continued. He taught law for almost nearly 50 years, right from Hubli Law College, then 2 colleges in Goa. In 1988, we shifted to Bangalore with the inception of National Law School. Till the end, he was associated, even after retirement, and which is very well known to all. He taught for 50 years law. One more thing is about his passion for teaching. Far and wide in India, whether it was bigger cities like Kolkata, maybe Bhubaneswar, if I remember quite a few of them, even Ahmednagar in, I think, Maharashtra, smallest place, Puttur in Karnataka, he found it so easy. Just a request from anyone, he would immediately grab the opportunity, go and lecture there. Sometimes I know he went by the night bus and returned by the early morning to start his lecture in National Law School. Such was the passion and dedication that he had for his teaching. Two things which were the same between two of us, where he taught for 50 years and I was a banker for 40 years. That was the only thing. Other than that, he had all the other rest of the best qualities a human being should have. The next one, what I can say is, especially to the students who are here, the best razor-sharp memory that he had. I'm sure everyone here who knows him, they will agree with me. Every day I have seen him jot down a point before going to his classes the previous night, but never did he carry those papers. In the initial stage, I used to tell him, how is that the papers are lying here, you didn't take? But later I came to know, maybe provided when he was writing the note, it would get registered in his head without referring to any note or any piece of paper. I heard from students and his colleagues that he used to lecture for 1.5 hours together. So even at home, it was like whenever we didn't know anything, we didn't remember anything, it was our duty just to go to him and ask him, and pat came the reply from him. That's how he was with his sharp memory. Well, that is all. I would not like to take much time here because I'm given only 2 minutes, and not that I have much to talk also. I wish to just sponsor a small cash prize, and that should be for the best faculty and the student coordinator in this program. I hope CEERA will accept it. I have talked to Dr. Sairam Bhatt in this matter. My good wishes, best of luck to all the participants. I wish them good luck. Thank you very much once again. Thanks.
Thank you, Mom, for your heartfelt message. To give us an overview of the competition and the context of this year's theme and structure, I now invite Professor Dr. Sairam Bhatt, sir, Professor of Law, National Law School of India, University, Bengaluru, to brief us about the competition. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, warm good afternoon to all of you. I'm indeed grateful to be part of this event. I have a long list of people that I should thank, though this is the inaugural event for the legal aid competition. But to be honest, without the support, encouragement, and patronage of these individuals, I don't think we would be hosting the 4th edition of this legal aid competition. First and foremost, I have to say about the competition itself. This is, as a lot of our speakers have already said, one of those unique competitions that we had envisaged a couple of years back, and hence this is the 4th year in which we are hosting it. The idea was to revive legal aid clinics, look at socially relevant legal education. Now, this phrase is a phrase that I have borrowed from Professor Mallar. Professor Mallar would often use this, that legal education should be socially relevant. He said it should be intellectually stimulating, professionally competent, and socially relevant. The third component of what Professor Mallar says has always stayed with me. And I think when the Department of Justice, an agency that has been with us, like Professor Ramesh did rightly say, that they have given us a project. This project is called the Pan India Legal Literacy and Legal Awareness Project. And as a part of this project, we have hosted this competition. So a big gratitude to the department and the ministry to continue its support in taking this mission forward. A special mention to the team at JSS Law College, Mysore. It's my alma mater. The Chief Executive, Professor K.S. Suresh, my teacher, from whom I think I got the first, I can say, the cane of law. Without his support, I don't think we would have taken a step towards this competition. He gave us encouragement. He said, though this competition is in the fag end of this particular year, 2025, we usually host this sometime in June or July, but it was his support that gave us the impetus to jointly host this with the JSS Law College, Mysore. My good friend, Professor Jagdish, whenever I reach out to him and put forward any kind of an idea, the first thing from him is that it is a yes. And he could do that because of the excellent support of Vani Shri, the principal of the JSS Law College, and Pranav, the faculty, and the students who are sitting over there, Abhijit, Janvi, Gana, Niharika, Rahul, everyone in the JSS team, everyone who has worked towards launching this competition. And I think everyone worked really hard in getting 55 teams in circulating this and getting this inaugural session going. So thank you, JSS. It's been a wonderful partnership, and we continue to hold this together till the final validation. To be honest, the patrons of this competition, again, whom I owe my entire professional journey to. Professor M.K. Ramesh, he is not only a teacher, but he's a philosopher, a friend, a mentor, a guide. I think whenever Professor Mallar would come to my office, because my office then in the National Law School was in the ground floor, so he would find it easy to step in. The first person that I and Professor Mallar would think of is Professor Ramesh. And it would be these 3 musketeers who would go down to have a cup of tea. And I still remember Madam Shanti Mallar, that Professor Mallar's favorite dish at the time of tea was the vada sambar. So we used to enjoy that brief company with Professor Mallar, and it would be just such a fun moment. So many anecdotes, jokes that Professor Mallar would crack with us would actually make our day. So I think this is the comradeship between a senior, a junior that we had at the National Law School, and I think it's something that we can only cherish with memories and continue to hold the vision and the legacy of these great teachers who have guided us all throughout our journey. Professor Subbarao, I hope, is going to join this meet. He has promised that he will definitely come in and step in and address the participants. Professor Subbarao has continued to sponsor this competition, and he has always, taken Professor Mallar as his own brother. So I think these patrons are probably the reasons we continue to hold this competition. So thank you, Professor Ramesh, Professor Subbarao, and Madam Shanti Mallar. I think without you, I don't think we would continue with what Professor Mallar gave us the momentum, the motivation, and the guidance. Thank you so much. Coming to the team, my team, it's a great team. I have very young and very senior colleagues. I should start with Jay Batruka Mohanta. He has, anchored this event in the previous editions. Unfortunately, we are missing him today. But Vikas, Rohit, and now we have Gayatri, who has taken the leadership in the center. I think she has really anchored this event. She has really shown exceptional leadership in taking this event and partnership forward. It was her suggestion that we should go to JSS Law College, Mysore. I think without that, I was searching all pan India. Who should we collaborate? Then she said, why should you look at too far? Just look here. This is the institution that we have to collaborate. We have to give back, and we have to kind of take this to the next level. So it's all credit to her. And Pratik Kama, thank you so much. I think we are looking forward to you taking over from all of us. So this is the CEERA team at National Law School, and thank you each of these team members. Let me also now thank the 55 teams. I think faculty coordinators and students of these 55 teams, I think you need a special mention. Compliments to you for taking the courage of standing in and stepping into this legal aid competition. We are indeed grateful, both the host institution, JSS Law College, and the National Law School, and also the Department of Justice. I think one thing that we would want to say is that if you had not subscribed to this competition, I don't think we could, in any sense, in the inaugural claim success of this. So 55 teams is a very good number. It's a great number. 55 into, say, one faculty, one student coordinator into 10. That's the team member. So thank you so much for being part of this legal aid competition, and we hope that you will all take the mission of legal aid lawyering forward, and may the best team win. That's what we would like to probably see at the end of this journey of this competition. It's a unique competition. It's a 4-month-long competition, and I hope all of you will have the same enthusiasm during the end and during the valediction as well. Last but not the least, friends, I think what do we aim to achieve from this competition? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a theme, and like Justice Pankaj Mittal rightly, kind of gave us the platform. I think the theme for this year's competition is freedom from violence, legal provisions to protect women, and to look ahead for their safety and security. I think this is a very, very important mission. The entire competition wishes to aims to deliver this. And I think all of you must take this theme and mission forward. And I think this is something as a part of our social responsibility that we all can contribute towards this. And we all must work and aim towards achieving the same. So please join us in this journey for freedom of violence. This is a Government of India mission. This is a Department of Justice mission. So we are all contributing to a good cause, to a noble cause. And I think we are all contributing to strengthening legal aid in the future. So thank you very much. And we hope that this competition will be a kind of a life-changing experience for all of you. With that hope, it's back to the team at JSS.
Thank you, sir, for that enlightening introduction. I now invite Dr. Jagdish Giri, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
On behalf of the entire organizing committee, I would express this vote of thanks. First of all, I would take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Pankaj Mittal, Judge, Supreme Court of India, New Delhi, in his absentia. Thank you, sir. We would also express our deep sense of gratitude and thanks to guests of honor, Professor Dr. Ramesh, Chair Professor, Urban Poor and the Law, Ministry of Housing and the Urban Poverty Alleviation, Government of India. Thank you, sir. And Professor Dr. T.V. Subbarao, Chairperson, Vivekananda School of Law and Legal Studies, in his absentia. Thank you, sir. We are very grateful for the esteemed presence of Professor K.S. Suresh, Chief Executive, JSS Law College, Autonomous, Mysore, and Srimati Shanti Mallar, wife of Professor V.S.Mallar. Thank you, madam, for being present and addressing us. We would express our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our jury members, Professor Dr. Bharati, Professor and Dean, Faculty of Law, Manipal University, Jaipur, Professor Dr. Anand Prakash Mishra, Professor of Practice and Vice Dean, Jindal Global Law School, OP Jindal Global University. Thank you, sir. And also Professor Dr. M.K. Bandari, Founder Director, Galter, Global Academy of Law and Tech Education and Research. Thank you, sir. Our special thanks to Professor CEERA Bhatt, Professor of Law at National Law School of India University, for giving this opportunity. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank all the teams participating in this competition. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for expressing our collective gratitude. I now request all the participants to stay back. And now it's the time for the much awaited orientation session by our dynamic organizing team. Over to Abhijit Kaundinya GR, the student coordinator, Janvi Suresh, the student coordinator, and Mr. Pratik Kamath, the program coordinator.
So, dear teams and participants, now we will move forward with the orientation session for this year's competition. So, all of you would have received a mail today containing the rule book. The same has been shared on the screen. So, this would be the official rule book for this competition. This document would serve as the final rule book. A brochure was shared earlier, we understand that, but in case of any discrepancy in the contents between this rule book and the earlier shared brochure, the contents of this rule book would prevail. Please remember, all core team and faculty coordinators must take part in all 6 components. As all of you might know by now, the competition is divided into 6 components. It's a requisite that all the team members, including all the faculty members, should participate in all the 6 components. Supporting legal aid volunteers may assist, but only the core team will receive official certificate from the organizing committee, whereas the other legal aid volunteers who were assisted, their participation may be acknowledged by the participating institutions. Please note, all submissions must be made through the Google form only. The Google form links would be shared with all the teams a few days prior to the deadline of each of the 6 components, and all the submissions have to be made on the Google forms only. Mr. Pratik Kamath would be explaining the technical aspect as to how the submissions would be made. Please note, no email submission or WhatsApp submission would be accepted. All the teams must clearly mention their institution name and the team code provided clearly in all their submissions and all their outputs. Please note that all the submissions made, the access has been given to the official CEERA email ID, so the organizing committee can access the same. All the teams are expected to maintain professionalism, confidentiality, and discipline, especially during field visits or public interactions. The organizing committee bears no liability for any rule or conduct violations by team. All intellectual property belongs to CEERA-NLSIU. And please note, the prize money will be transferred to the official participating institution's bank account itself. Finally, remember, any attempt to contact the jury member directly will lead to disqualification, and the organizing committee's decision would be final and binding. In case of any rulebook queries, a Google form link has been circulated through email. All clarifications and queries have to be addressed through the Google form itself. In the alternative, the teams may contact Program Coordinator Dr. Jagdish A.T. Sir through phone. Moving on to the 6 components and marks matrix. The overall competition has been divided into 1000 marks. So out of this 1000 marks, the initial 700 marks would be for the initial 6 components, and the 300 marks would be for the jury interaction. Each of the 6 components will have a weightage of 100 marks, whereas podcast and FAQ will each have 100 marks. Cumulatively, in the preliminary part, all the teams will be competing for 700 marks. Only the shortlisted top 10 teams will qualify for the jury interaction, in which the jury interaction will be held for 300 marks. Cumulatively, the 700 plus 300 marks would be determined to decide the winner and the runner-up of this competition. Please note, PRI member means Panchayat Raj institution members on the village level, block or taluk level, and district or zilla level. Now talking about the prize and awards. The overall championship team for the V.S.Mallar Legal Aid Competition 2025-2026 would receive a cash prize of 25,000 rupees, while the runner-up team will be awarded 15,000 rupees. In addition to these top honors, we have special awards for each of the 6 components. For speed mentoring, there will be 5,000 rupees, Jensunwai 5,000 rupees, short videos, reel making 5,000 rupees, legal podcast and FAQ 5,000 rupees, posters or storybook making 5,000 rupees. We also celebrate leadership and coordination on an individual level. The best faculty legal aid coordinator would receive a cash prize of 5,000 rupees, and the best student legal aid coordinator would receive a cash prize of 5,000 rupees. We thank Shanti Mallar ma'am for sponsoring these 2 individual awards. Moving on, I would like to now quickly walk through the timeline which must be strictly followed. We have 4 submission windows. The first submission would be on January 5th, in which the short videos, reels, legal podcast, and FAQ have to be submitted. The second submission would be on January 25th, 2026, in which the poster or storybook should be submitted. And the third submission would be on February 10th, in which the speed mentoring as well as the Jensunwai component would have to be submitted. And finally, the last submission would happen on February 20th. That would be of the final report. Subsequent to which, the jury interaction rounds date would be communicated to the shortlisted teams through email. The finale and the award ceremony will happen on March 7th, 2026. No extension request will be accepted, and punctuality is expected from all the teams. With this, I hand over to Janvi Suresh to continue forward with the orientation.
Thank you, Abhijit. Hello, team participants. So today I'll be starting with the first component, that is speed mentoring. So it is designed to build legal awareness, confidence. I hope you can see the screen of the rules. Yeah. Legal awareness, confidence, and the capacity among women leaders working at grassroots level. So especially that could include women PRI members from at least 5 panchayats, along with ASHA workers, panchayat staff, and other women included in the welfare or the administrative roles. So here the key objective is to help those women become the first responder for women in distress. So those who can recognize the issues of violence, understand the law that protects women, and guide the victims to the right institution and the legal mechanism for supporting. So coming to the conduct of the session, so each team will have to have at least 1 speed mentoring session. So you can have more based on the local needs. Here the session should have minimum of 15 participants. That is including at least 5 women PRI members from different panchayats at the village or the block or the taluk level or the district level. So this will have to run for around 1 hour with active participation and discussion from the participants. So it can be conducted in a regional language to ensure that the participants fully understand and they can engage actively in the speed mentoring session. So here the central theme is consistent throughout the competition. That is freedom from violence, legal provision for safety and security of women. We shall be having indicative themes for each component. Here the indicative theme for speed mentoring being role of national, state and district women commissions, role and the functions of district protection officers, third being the role of legal service authorities and the legal aid clinics implementation of women welfare schemes. So by the end of the session, the participants must have a working understanding of how key legal provisions protect women from violence, the institutional framework for grievance redressal, and the procedure to access these legal aid or support provided by the institutions. So along with this, you'll have to attach an attendance sheet. So this will be maintained throughout the speed mentoring session and would be authenticated by the organizing team. So in this process, you'll have to have clear entries which must be complete and verifiable. That would include the full name of the participant, their designation that could include sarpanch or a board member, etc. Third being the panchayat constituency name. Fourth being the contact information, and the signature of left thumb impression. So here you'll have to ensure that all sessions are conducted with due sensitivity because we are looking at personal details of the participants. So you will have to ensure there's confidentiality in the discussions that you are taking care. I shall now give my mic to Pratik to talk about the reporting aspect.
Yeah, before my colleague Pratik could come in, if faculty members or students would want to keep their video on, or if you would want to use the chat box to seek any clarification for the day, kindly note we have just launched the competition. I'm sure. Thank you, Dr. Shushmita. So just to recognize some of our faculty colleagues who have been part of this journey. So if all of you can join us, I think this orientation can be a little bit more meaningful. So encouraging everyone, faculty colleagues and student coordinators to keep their videos on or use the chat box in case you have any additional queries at this stage. Right? So Pratik.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be covering the reporting and submission of speed as well as the marking criteria, all the programs. So for your speed metric session, make sure you record it properly and submit everything on time. You need to send one complete dated video of the session, not separate clips.
Pratik, you'll have to keep your microphone close to you. I think the audio is very feeble.
Sorry, sir. Just a second.
Yeah. Or maybe increase the volume of your microphone.
Is it better now, sir?
Yes, it is better now. Good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
I recognize Vikas. Vikas, thank you for joining us. Vikas is with the Christ Academy School of Law, and he had agreed to support the event. He's a former CEERA member. So thank you, Vikas, for joining us. Lakshmi, thank you for joining us as well. So yeah, Pratik, please continue.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be covering the reporting and submission of speed mentoring as well as the marking criteria for all the components. Right? So for your speed mentoring session, make sure you record it properly and submit everything on time. You need to send one complete edited video of your session, not separate clips, just one final file. The final video should be 15 minutes long. Feel free to be creative with it. Add some background music, smooth transitions, or even a short voiceover if you want to make it more engaging. The video must have English subtitles so that it's clear for everyone who watches. Make sure it's in MP4 format as well.
I'm sorry to intervene. I think there's still a feeble audio coming from you. Am I right, Vikas? Is his audio okay? Okay. Maybe it's just for me. Okay.
Okay, sir. So fine.
Right. I think you may continue.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Along with the video, submit a scanned copy of your attendance sheet, signed, clear, and properly labeled with the date and place. You'll also have to attach the same sheet later in your final report. Upload your video using the official Google Form link, and email or WhatsApp submissions are not allowed. Check that CEERA@nls.ac.in has access to your file. So in short, what you'll be submitting is one 15-minute MP4 video with subtitles, the signed attendance sheet, and a one-page session summary about what you covered and how it went. Now coming to the marking criteria. 25 marks are for how accurate and clear your content is. 20 for how well you engage your participants. 20 for how well you cover the legal topics. 20 for giving practical guidance, and 15 for creativity and communication. That makes it a total of 100 marks for this component. I'd like Janvi to continue from the next one. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratik. So just adding to the point of speed mentoring. So your task here is not to teach, but to inspire them, to make every participant feel that she's empowered, protected, and capable to take charge in changing the community. So moving on to Jansunvai. So this is a structured public hearing. So the focus here is to real issues faced by women at the panchayat level. So your work, the aim here is twofold. One being here to listen to the voice of the representatives. The second, to collect valuable data, insights that can influence aware and help us with the future policy making. So each team must conduct one Jansunvai at one session, at one location, along with taking on a survey. So the audience could include at least 15 participants at minimum of 5 panchayat representatives. And additionally, along with them, you can have panchayat staff, ASHA workers, and other persons associated with the panchayat level administration or welfare initiatives may be targeted. So here the session must be conducted in the presence of one being the official or the member secretary of the DLSA or any panchayat or official government official. Second being one independent advocate, social activist, or any person not directly associated with the participating institution. Third being the faculty coordinator of the institution, of the participating institution. So here the team must conduct one Johnson Y within a span of 60 to 90 minutes, depending on the engagement level and the complexity of the issue discussed here. So within 30 days of Johnson Y, you'll have to have a follow-up interaction, that is either through a call or you can go in person and do that to see whether the issues raised has been addressed. A short follow-up or a note of this could be attached in your final report to ensure what you have achieved through the Johnson Y. So coming to the survey and the discussion, so as I mentioned before, the overarching theme remains the same, but we shall have indicative themes for each component. So the indicative themes here are legal aid and awareness for women, regarding violence, protection measures, dowry harassment, gender-based offenses, institutional support, rights and empowerment. So here the teams must conduct a survey along with the Johnson by gathering first-hand information about the local challenges. So you can design your own questionnaire, but here are some indicative questions to guide you. We will be putting that in the rulebook. You can refer that. So here the purpose here is not to interrogate, but rather facilitate a open, respectful dialogue and collect authentic data to help us make policies. So participants here are expected to frame their own questions while conducting the survey, taking into account the local context, the language, the specific issues faced by women in their respective panchayats. So the indicative questions provided here are just meant for you to serve as a broad reference point of guide discussion, but you can remain focused. You can frame your own questions, which are in par with the overarching theme of the competition. You'll have to ensure that all the discussions are conducted with sensitivity and confidentiality, and ensure that dignity of each participants are recognized. I shall give on to Prateek.
Thank you, Janvi. Now, for the Johnson Y, again, make sure everything is well documented and submitted before the deadline. Record your entire session and edit it into one final video, which is not more than 20 minutes. Highlight the key issues discussed, the legal inputs you shared, and any follow-up actions you planned. Add English subtitles to make it easier to follow, and only MP4 videos are accepted. Submit a scanned copy of your attendance sheet, which is properly labeled with the date and place. Attach the same copy later to your final report. You'll also need to compile your survey data in an Excel sheet. List out the types of issues, how often they came up, and what actions were taken. Scan all your survey forms too. Make sure they're clear, signed, and correspond to the data in your Excel sheet. Then upload everything, the video, Excel sheet, and scan documents through the Google form and give CEERA@nls.ac.in access. So your deliverables are one 20-minute MP4 video, attendance sheet, survey data in Excel, scanned copies of survey forms, a short 1 or 2 page summary, and the geotag of photos. Next is the marking criteria. The marks here are based on 25 for relevance and clarity, 20 for how well you engage with participants, 20 for coordination and having officials present, 20 for how you collect and analyze your data, and 15 for your presentation and report. That's another 100 marks in total. Now, Janvi, I'd like you to continue.
Thank you, Prateek. So coming to short videos or reel making, here we all know today how short videos have a power to reach millions. So this component is about turning legal knowledge into engaging visual communication. Your task is to simplify complex law and present them in a way that's both accurate and emotionally resonant. So each team will have to produce 5 reels in total. Here, 2 in English, and the 3 could be in regional language or Hindi, with English subtitles for accessibility. So the duration of each reel must not exceed 3 minutes, and teams must deliver a clear message backed by solid research, expressed through creativity, emotions, and clarity. We have given few indicative themes below. Those are child marriage prohibition and sexual assault. Second being asset attack, legal remedies and survivor support. Third being dowry prohibition and dowry harassment. Fourth being human trafficking in women and children. You may include one reel on local issues relevant to your state or district as long as it aligns with the central theme of the component. Reels must be action live, that is, recorded by the team itself. Use real people, real settings, and genuine messages. AI generated content, CGIs, and deepfakes are strictly prohibited. Reels must also comply with the platform community guidelines and avoid unauthorized copyrighted materials to ensure that the reel is safe for posting. Feel free to be creative as possible, include background music, smooth transitions, and voiceover, but ensure that the message is legally sound, respectful, and professional. Pratik, please take over.
Thank you. Now, all your reels should be uploaded through the official Google Form link. Again, the access should be given to CEERA at nls.ac.in. And again, it should be in MP4 format only. You should also submit a signed declaration confirming that the content is fully original, no AI tools, no CGI, and no copied material. Right? After the competition ends, you can post your reels on your social media handles and tag the official accounts. Some of the best reels will even be showcased in panchayat offices and government spaces. So what you'll be submitting is all 5 reels in MP4 format, English subtitles for all of them, and a signed originality declaration. The marking criteria for these reels will be 20 marks for content quality, 20 for depth and insight, 20 for creativity and originality, 20 for graphics and editing, and 20 for engagement and overall appeal. So again, that's another 100 marks. Janvi, I'd like you to take over.
Can you switch on? Thank you, Pratik. Moving on to podcast. So here, this component allows you to use your voice, creativity to spread awareness about women's legal right and protection mechanisms in a way that is both conversational and educational. So the goal here is to inform, inspire, and empower women with a broader community with the accurate legal knowledge and practical guide. So we bring in real life insights on how law can protect them. So each team must produce 3 legal episodes, spanning with about 15 to 30 minutes each, and you can structure them around 3. That is, either these 3 episodes could be on a single topic or 3 independent podcasts covering related topics. You can have the freedom to create in your own presentation style. That is either a panel discussion or a hosted discussion on the topic. You may invite faculty members, political or police officers, activists, legal experts, legal scholars as guests to add more credibility and depth to your discussion. The criteria here is that the content must be original, no AI generated voices or synthetic material, as we mentioned before. Coming to the indicative themes, here, yeah, that is honor killing, protection measures. A second being pregnancy related violence in relation to abortion, surrogacy, forced sterilization, intimate partner violence, female foeticide, prenatal gender screening, hygiene and health and hygiene of women that could include menstrual health, sanitation schemes, and gender based violence, domestic violence. So, along with that, you'll have to add a FAQ document with at least 10 questions with answers not exceeding 150 to 200 words. So these FAQs provide clarity over the practical steps that citizens can use to take in these real life situations. Teams are encouraged to refer the CEERA-NLS Legal Aid, Legal Rights 2024 as a reference to with regard to the content and the format that one can use. You may also use simple visual infographics, icons in the FAQ document to make it more engaging and reader friendly. We are trying to target common people who can understand legal rights better and try to implement them in real life. I request Pratik to explain about the submission.
So each team has to submit 3 podcast episodes, as she just mentioned, each in MP4 format. Again, make your podcast engaging, use background music, smooth transitions, or other creative elements. Upload them using the official Google form, and again, give CEERA@NLS.ac.in access. Once your podcasts are reviewed and approved, you can post them on social media to reach a wider audience. For the FAQs, make one compiled document in Word or PDF with at least 10 questions and answers. Upload that file using the same Google form and grant access again. So your submissions will be 3 podcast episodes, each 15 to 30 minutes, and MP4 format, a signed declaration of originality and acknowledgements, and one compiled FAQ document in Word or PDF with the same declaration. Next is the marking criteria. For the podcasts, 25 marks are for the choice and expertise of your guest, 25 for how well you structure and organize it, 25 for delivery and engagement, and 25 for originality. For the FAQs, 25 marks for content quality, 25 for structure and flow of questions, 25 for clarity and use of legal language, 15 for research, and 15 for presentation. That's 100 marks each for podcast and FAQ. Janvi, please take over for the next one.
Thank you, Pratik. So moving on to poster making. So each team will have to create a minimum of 3 posters and one may be in regional language. The poster is preferable to be having a connected story or a sequence showing us how law impacts real life situations. So coming to the technical guidelines, poster size must be A3 and format size would be PDF with subtitles or brief explanations in English in case the poster is in regional language. They must be original, created with human content, no AGIs, no, AI generated content, CGIs or deepfake content. Every poster must either carry the theme title or a powerful quotation in English, Hindi, or a regional language with subtitles given accurately. The poster must have a clear message of creativity, visual appeal that ensures that audience understand the legal issue at first glance. So you can have a easier and innovative idea to spread across the issue. In case you choose the poster storybook making, that is here teams must either choose between poster making or the storybook creation, not both. In case you take up storybook creation, you can have a you can submit one storybook in form of 5 to 10 pages, including title page, illustrations, acknowledgements. So this, the pages must be A4, submitted as a single PDF. Yes. So the indicative theme for, yes, like I mentioned, yes, this is the rule book, storybook creation. All page, no use of AI tools as mentioned for poster making would same apply to this in regard to storybook making. And you may also create storybook on topics that are of local interest. I request Priti to take over regarding the criteria and the submission method.
So for this one, as she mentioned, you can either choose posters or storybooks, but not both. Submit your work through the official Google form shared by the organizing committee. If you're doing posters, make one single PDF with all 3 posters. If you're doing a storybook, submit one PDF with all pages. Include a signed declaration that your work is original and doesn't use AI or uncredited material signed by your faculty coordinator. Make sure CEERA@NLS.ac.in can access your files. So your final deliverables are, if it's a poster, one PDF with all 3, the signed declaration, and a short summary explaining the posters. If it's a storybook, one PDF with all the pages, the declaration, and a one-page synopsis. The marking criteria will be for posters, 25 marks for creativity and originality, 25 for visual appeal and communication, 25 for relevance to the theme, and 25 for clarity of legal message. For a storybook, 25 marks for creativity and originality, 25 for story and character development, 20 for relevance to the theme, 15 for clarity of legal message, and 15 for presentation and impact. Again, that's another 100 marks in total. Janvi, please take over.
Thank you, Pratik. Just to add one point, that is about the topics that we will be covering in this, both for poster and storybook making. One being the property and inheritance right of women. Second, victim compensation schemes. Third, cyber crimes against women that could include cyber safety, stalking, digital arrest, digital hygiene, bullying, financial fraud, and social media security. And fourth being FIR or police complaint, zero FIRs. Moving on to the final component, that is final report submission. So this is where you bring in together your entire 4-month journey, every outreach, every video, every discussion, every learning into a comprehensive, reflective document that showcases the impact as a team. So it combines the documentation, analysis, reflection, and storytelling, capturing the both quantitative and qualitative aspect of the entire 5 components. So the structure of the final report would be, first, the cover page. Mention your team code, your faculty coordinator's name, student coordinator's name, and all the core team. Along with that, table of content, executive summary of not more than 2 pages, wherein you talk about all the major activities, insights, the outcome of the components. Coming to the main part of the report, you can include the process, the preparation, the data collected, the field research, the experience, the creative output, and the learning through all the 5 components. So this should not be more than 250 words and can include footnotes too. Excluding the annexure, you can have photos, geotag photos, and other regarding annexures as we have mentioned in the rule book. One being the declaration form signed by the head of the institution, a faculty coordinator certifying authenticity. Second being declaration of no AI generated content or open source material, which would be signed by the faculty coordinator, confirming no use of AI and acknowledgement of any AI or open source material. Moving on to the testimonial video. So each team, along with the written submission, you will have to submit a 4 to 5 minute long testimonial video summarizing your entire journey. So this is like your team's story, where you talk about your planning, execution, the challenges you faced, the impact of your overreach to the community, or about just experience from your team members and coordinators. Coming to the quantitative aspect, that is survey data or the attendance statistics. So teams are encouraged to create tables, infographics, and summarizing the fieldwork results. This could include the attendance sheet or the data from the Johnson Y that you have received, or just general data about the reporting from the speed mentoring. Coming to the qualitative aspects, bringing creativity into your presentation. You can use graphs, pie charts to show the impact, and you can also include like personal learnings, key takeaways from your experiences. You can also have individual testimonial videos, that is written reflection about the event from your faculty or student. What is the learning from this? What does the community as a whole say about it? Or add photographs showing various activities that your team took over. I request Pratik to explain the submission process.
Right. Your final report should be submitted as a PDF file. Along with it, you'll submit a short testimonial video, as she said. It should be around 4 to 5 minutes. Make sure you clearly mention your institution name and team code in the report. Use the official Google form for submission and no other mode will be accepted. The marking criteria for the final report shall be 25 marks for the executive summary and clarity of your report, 20 for the overall impact of your activities, 25 for how well you've covered all components, and 30 for your follow-up, outreach, and testimonial video. That's a total of another 100 marks. Chanvi, please take over.
Thank you, Pratik. Coming to the closing note. So this final report is, don't see it as an assignment to be submitted. It's a legacy of your competition. It reflects how you applied your knowledge of law to serve people. Coming to the end of it, we would be taking all your queries through the Google form mentioned in the chat box. Please put it into it. We would be consolidating it and be releasing a clarification regarding that. I request Sairam sir to take over.
Thank you, Janvi. Thank you, Pratik. That was such a brilliant presentation on the rule book. I think there is a lot of effort behind all of this. So Team JSS, extremely exceptional work. This actually gives a great agenda setting for the competition. So thank you, each one of you. I would now request if everyone is here, Gayatri and Vikas, in case Gayatri, you first. Any thoughts, or even
Yes,
the best
sir.
wish?
So,
You can give the best wishes to the team as well. Gayatri, it's over to you.
yes, sir. So, sir, it's all nice to be with the, as all sir said, this is our college. Everything starts from there. The starting point is it's our college, and then we build up on this whatever we want to do. So it's all. I know it's a team effort. Everyone has contributed in his or her own way, but let's not forget that we still have to go a long way. So this is just the beginning, and there is still a lot of work to be done. And this is time not to be complacent or to be too happy that we have done a great job. We still have to do a lot of things, because there is never a full stop. It's always a comma or a pause. So we need to buck up ourselves that there is so much to be done. And but I see, being with sir, I'm not a person who's congratulation takes a lot at the end. Congratulations is at the end. But now it's just that all of the entire team now is used to sir's quick way of working, quick response, and his speed and his way of getting things done. So the team is now ready to be tested for the task. So I just wish them all the best. And the teams who are participating here, it shows that the way you have joined this competition itself is a great endeavor, because firstly, the name Mallar has a very strong effect and impact. The name itself gives you a strong impetus. So it's a push to you to do many things, and then proceeds everything whatever we are supposed to do. And let's have a very joyous ride till the winner is announced. And then again, it's a next year, whoever. It's a present continuous work. So all the best. And to my great friends, Jagdish sir and Vani ma'am, for being our shoulders there. You are our shoulders there. Thank you, sir.
Vikas, before we hand it back to the team at JSS Law College.
Evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. So first of all, sir, thank you so much for this opportunity, and thanks to the JSS team over there. They have done fantastic work in organizing this competition so far. With the rule books, with the brochure and everything. Jagdish sir is there, whom I know personally also, sir. Thank you, sir, for being associating with the team, and ma'am also, and Vani ma'am also, and the students who have been actively involved in making the rules, framing the rules, making all the 5 key components of this competition. The work has been fantastic so far, and now being on the different side now since the last 3 years, I have known the organizing team. Now I am in a participating team. So so I am expecting, okay, let's see how this side of the competition also works so well. So that's it. I will just conclude my talk, sir.
Okay, right. Any faculty colleague from any participating team who would want to intervene? Dr. Shishmita was here. Various other colleagues are here. I'm sorry, I'm not going through the participant list, but any faculty colleague who would just want to say hi and whatever. Any intervention from them? It's thanks to your support that we have. Yes, please.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes,
Actually, I'm
please.
Dr. Shushmita Dhar.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, it is still the correction has not done. I think it has been done by my participant Piyush sir. So it will be checked, sir. Yes. Thank you. Regards. We are trying, sir, with my team. So it's a legacy. We will just enjoy the journey, and my student will learn something. That is the hope in my mind. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Regards.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your support.
Kindly, I will send you the mail for correction of my surname. It is Dr. Dhar, not Ghosh.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Sushmita.
Okay, okay.
Yes, we will do the corrections, ma'am. Dr. Namita. Dr. Yes.
Hello.
Nitin. Dr. Nitin, please.
Yes, sir. Very good evening, sir. Very good evening. So I'm from the Law School, University of Jammu, and last year also our team has shown their participation, and all thanks to you. In the last year also you motivated us to be a part of it, and this time we are witnessing. I think there are 5 different teams from the law school. So all the students are
amazing.
yes.
That's
yes. So
completely
they
amazing.
have
I think from Jammu we never expected that, but I think the kind of enthusiasm that you all have shown, I think Jammu Zindabad. Dr. Nitin,
Thank you so
please.
much. Thank you. So it's long time like we have not seen you physically in Jammu. So hopefully after the completion of this competition, we will definitely see you in Jammu to guide our students also. So thanks to all the team members, jury members, and all the students who are here. So thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Nitin Sharma. Thank you very much. Any other faculty colleague who would want to just intervene?
Sir, good afternoon.
Please, sir.
This is Chetan Kumar TM from Rajalakamoda Law College, Belagavi. So we are very happy to be a part of this inauguration, and we are already participated previously in the 2023, and we won the best rural legal aid clinic on that time. So when our students have really worked hard in all kind of an activities so throughout the day and night, and they have prepared the report. And this time also our students are very enthusiastic, and they wanted to participate, and they wanted to win the competition. So in that particular aspect, our 100% participation should be there, sir, and your cooperation, and that we have saw in the previous one. So the same thing, so that we are going to be expecting in this particular the process, sir. And I wish all the teams that they have participated, so to actively participate, and I hope that everybody should just give their 100%. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for their continued, interest in legal aid, and also the competition is just a part of it. We all know that, but
Yes,
thank
sir.
you so much.
Yes, thanks a lot, sir.
Any student coordinator who wants to just step in? Yes. Nayan Krishna? Yes. Go ahead. You raised your hand. You can unmute. We are allowing you to speak. Okay. Right. Okay. So I think with this we should kind of close officially this inaugural session, and I'll hand it over to the team at JSS Law College. Thank you, faculty colleagues. Thank you, students, for subscribing to the 4th edition of the Prof.V.S.Mallar Legal Aid Competition. We would continue to be in touch with you. We will probably have sessions where we can clarify your doubts, and we can also support your initiatives in completing the 6 components of this competition. So with that, Team JSS, it's over to you.
With this, we officially mark the commencement of the 4th edition Prof.V.S.Mallar Memorial Legal Aid Competition 2025-26. We wish all the participants the very best, and may this platform help you discover the spirit of justice, compassion, and learning that Professor Mallar stood for. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening. Namaskar.
Regards. Namaskar.